Hi guys, happy Sunday. Hey, I wanted to come on here and take advantage of today and do some training with regards to the subject matter of spam and how that is identified and when something is obviously spam to someone, okay? When we are interacting with people out there, you do not want to just put a link in someone's messenger, right? You know, hey, go here type thing. Okay, it is important that you are connecting, and we had some Saturday training on that, not this last Saturday, but the Saturday before. Courtney Looper was on there and she did some training on a 30-day challenge. So basically what they're doing is, like, if you see a birthday or anniversaries or whomever on your friends list, okay, you want to go ahead and, you know, connect with those people. Say, hey, happy birthday, happy anniversary. You know, maybe there's something that they're celebrating. Hey, I wanted to wish happy, you know, graduation to your son or daughter or whatever, right? If they're having a baby, anything that's kind of a celebratory, you want to go ahead and reach out. Also, on the stories, you want to go onto the stories of the people that you don't know and just put an emoji and a comment on whatever you see coming up. And these are people that you are not typically interacting with on your friends list. You want to go on purpose into those people's stories, because it goes into Messenger, and Messenger is really, really key in terms of that's a connection. That's where you can, you know, start a dialogue with people. So the most effective way to build your business is building the relationships, and you build the relationships through dialogue. So spamming is just, the only other way I can describe it is, you know, if someone walks up to someone in a restaurant and says, can I have your number? And they don't know if they're married, if they're single, if they're there with family or whatever it is. You're just walking up. You haven't even talked to the person. You haven't even gotten to know them. Whereas maybe if someone's just sitting there chit-chatting, you're talking about the Dodger game, you're talking about an Angel game, whatever it is, you're talking about family, whatever subject matter is taking place. You have to envision, if you were in person, what would be happening. So you want to put yourself in person in your social media dialoguing. Okay, so and in that conversation, you know, you can offer. So for example, this is someone that put on a post, they basically put on a post in the Work From Home UK and USA group. This is what they said in the post. They said, hey, I'm looking for anything. I'm looking for work from home. So this is what I said to them. I said, the person's name happens to be Jordan. I said, hi Jordan, I saw your post in the Work From Home UK and USA group. Thought I would reach out to you, as I believe I have something that would make sense for you. Let me know and would be glad to share the details. That is not spamming someone. That is noticing their posts. So they're stating a problem, and we are now providing a solution. We're offering a solution. So now the ball is in his court. He can decide if he wants to answer that inquiry and say, yes, you know, go ahead and send me the details. Sorry, I'm adjusting the air right here on me a little bit. So anyway, so spam is when it's unsolicited. But to me, when someone puts a post out there, they're stating what they need. We can answer that, and it's in a private message. You don't want to put it out there on the post. I think all of the people that blast a post with answers, that is not the way to do it. When you take it the next step and you go into their messenger, you are showing that you care, you are showing that they are a real person, and the purpose is to offer them the solution. So when they do, let's say, okay, so here's an example of another person. And that is exactly, they had said something similar, and it was in a different group. So basically what I said was I replied back. So they said, sure. Or they'll say, what do you have? What is it? Or however they reply. They reply the way they reply. I'm doing it in volume to, just make as many connections as possible. My goal is to get as many people taking the tour as possible, because the system will do what it needs to do. We already have the fantastic marketing system in place. It's just bringing the numbers in volume to that tour. So basically what I said to him was, so glad that you received the message. Thank you for allowing me to share this. It has been an incredible blessing for my family and I. This is a brief 6-minute video that explains everything, and then I put my tour link. Be sure and follow the steps and take the tour. Let's connect after your review. Thank you, Jennifer. Now, if I go on there and you can see the eyeball and I see that they've gone on there and it doesn't appear that they have pre-enrolled, then I continue with the dialogue on that. I'll say, oh, so glad that you had the opportunity to take the tour. I wanted to be sure and extend an invitation for you to have an inside look through our Facebook marketing chat, where we support one another's marketing and we congratulate and welcome our new team members. So at that point, it gives them the opportunity to go on there. And I'll say, actually, the first part of that is I'll say, good that you have had the opportunity to review the 6-minute tour. As a pre-enrollee or partner, I extend the invitation for you. So basically, guys, that lets them know that when they take that step of pre-enrolling, that now they're going to be welcomed in the chat. Or they may decide, they may see that video and obviously become a partner. We have many people that have done that. They come in, they see it, they're like, whoa, all of a sudden you're like, hey, I've got a partner in this business. And the more you do this, guys, the more you engage with people out there and let them know that they've got a system that they are going to be plugging into, and this is part of what they'll get as a business partner. And I will step it further. Once they pre-enroll, I will say, you will now have access to our Facebook group. You will have your own back office. You will actually get your own version of the tour that you take and pre-enrolled. And you're letting them know, hey, this is effective because you decided to pre-enroll, and many others do. So it's talking them through the confidence and, letting them know that we are a real organization with groups of people. And then you can further, as you're dialoguing with them, you can let them know, hey, we had 4,800 people this last week, achieve the first level in this company. People are seeing success like they've never seen in this industry. And so there's lots of ways, guys, and each conversation is going to go different for different people, right? It's going to be different for different people depending on who you are communicating with, right? But the most important thing, I think, is that they know that there's community, that there is success here, and helping them see that they can be seeing obviously the success as well. So success is always decided, guys, it's never the company. It's always a decision in somebody's mind. It's saying, you know, I am a business owner. It's what each person decides in their mind, and every person is going to have a different level of experience out there. Some people that are partnered in this have been in this for a long, long time. We just had Miss Universe 2016 come in, guys. She literally has had no network marketing experience. So Miss Universe 2016 has come in. We've had actors and actresses come in, you know, and a lot of times actors and actresses are, you know, they've got skincare lines or clothing lines or shoe lines, or they're doing candles or whatever it is that they're promoting out there. So they're kind of already in that entrepreneurial stage of life, because, you know, maybe they've done some films through the years, but now they've gone on to other ventures. And when you're an actor or actress, it's sometimes you're doing films, sometimes you aren't. So they work on other projects. So this makes sense. And really kind of along those lines, if you think about the writers' strike, right? Guys, that's affected the economy in California by billions of dollars, just having people not doing the writing for the shows and things like that. And think about all the people that are connected to the shows. You have the makeup artists, the costume people, the prop makers, the lighting people, like the list goes on. All of the production that goes on behind the TV shows and sitcoms and things like that, right? So people are looking, because there's been a turn of the tide. Maybe you have comedians, you have people, you know, just in different capacities. So it's important that when you personalize it, it de-spams it. When you personalize it and make it conversational, you're de-spamming how you're communicating with that person, you know. And guess what? They are going to look on your wall. This is why it's so key to show that different people have been welcomed and congratulated. We are taught repeatedly, because in our training, we are taught how to be entrepreneurs and how to think like entrepreneurs. So we are poured into in terms of, this is how you think. So, you know, acknowledging other people. We're huge on acknowledging other people and people's successes. And when that shows up on your Facebook wall, people will naturally come to you. It is a form of curiosity marketing, you know. Or you can even say curiosity marketing means that you're piquing people's interest, but you're not necessarily saying the company's name. So you can, you know, you can say stuff like, hey, you know, I have more pep in my step these days. Let's say you're doing an Instagram reel or a Facebook reel, and hey, I just love that I have more pep in my step these days, you know. And just kind of bringing a curiosity dialogue to people, okay? And that is going to speak with them. And I know this was primarily, you know, about not spamming. And I think, you know, it just isn't effective. It is not effective to just drop a link into someone's messenger box without a conversation, guys. You know, it just, at that point, both parties are in an awkward spot. So you want to see, so like in the Side Hustle Ideas group, or even the Work From Home USA UK, you can look around, and even sometimes in the threads, people will say things like, you know, in some of these direct sales work at home groups, they're like, we're getting to the end of the month, you know, there's always the crunch, the crunch, the crunch. And the thing is we are set up in a way, one of the reasons that a lot of those people put it out there and say, help, I need sales, help, I need sales, is they have to outdo the prior month, or they lose their ranks, or they lose their volume, or they lose their commissions, or there's a lot of trickery in the compensation plans out there. And you can tell by the statements that someone says. So you can even reach out to someone and say, hey, I see you working really hard on promoting your business, that kind of thing. Just wanted to reach out to you and say hello. And then as you're dialoguing with them, if they open up and indicate the struggles, say, hey, I know how that feels. I can relate to them, but but you step them into a solution. And you can say, because let's face it, guys, a lot of the network marketers out there are struggling because the way they've got everything set up, you can't, it's almost impossible to win. Like Ben has said, he says, I watched it. He says, in the past, I've paid out on my compensation plans in prior companies that I've been involved with. And he said, like 98% of the people were not earning money. And he was determined. When he launched LiveGood, he said, we're going to change that around. And that's why our compensation plan is set up the way it's set up. There's no breakage. There's no, hey, if you didn't exceed the last 3 months, then you're out completely or whatever. Sometimes there's exclusivity clauses where people are in companies and they're not allowed to be in anything else. And some people don't even know it. And then their downlines and compensation plans get taken and things like that. And that actually is the real scam. The real scam is they set it up so that it's so impossible for people to make it and make it dynamically. And Ben said, no, we are not going to do that here. And that is what is different. And it's allowing people to see that. It's talking to them. They can be, if they're selling candles or cleaning supplies or whatever it is out there, okay, that they're part of, let's say they're selling the nails or whatever it is, they can also be part of LiveGood because everyone needs healthcare products. You can say, well, how's your health doing? Yeah, it's great that you're doing this, right? And it's not to knock what they're doing, but some of them don't have an awareness. They don't realize that we have made a shift, a dynamic shift. And I know one thing for sure, guys, is there is no other network marketing company that has 4,800 people or more a week achieving the first rank. No other network marketing company is doing that. And there's a reason that that's happening, because our system works. People come into business. Some are going to be affiliates. Some are going to do the membership, right? So some are going to do the $49.95. And then some are going to do the $9.95, right, and come in as a member, and that counts towards your rank. There is no other, you could have all $9.95 memberships come in, and that can build up your rank. Now, obviously, people that come in as affiliates are going to be able to tap into the 7 potential ways to earn within the company. So, so that is huge, guys. That is that in itself is just huge. So it's, as we're networking out there, it's helping people, understand that we've got something different. If they're on that hamster wheel and they're going to be in something in 2 years from now, they're not even going to have 10 partners in, period, then, they're sunk. There won't be an improvement for them at all 2 years down the road. Whereas 2 years with LiveGood, you can be earning a handsome income, even if it's a spillover situation. You're going to be, earning something handsomely. So that's pretty much what you have, at your fingertips. And really, the biggest scam is that what is being promoted out there can't even be achieved, which isn't fair. That's an unfair part of this industry, where Ben said, hey, I want the average person to be able to benefit, from pretty much all angles in this. And when you study and understand our compensation plan, it is phenomenal. And, we don't have to be, there is no trickery. It's simple. From the tour site all the way through all the autoresponder system, what we're learning as entrepreneurs and all of our training is top notch. It's literally the best that I've ever been part of training wise ever in this industry. So that's, you don't have to resort to spam. Spam is not necessary in LiveGood. You can be the real McCoy, you can be yourself, and you can grow, alongside anyone, regardless of where they're at. Vast experience or a little bit experience, you can grow with them in a non-spammy way. So anyway, guys, make it a great one. Take care.